You know, it's been said that as you get older, you gain wisdom. Well, 80-year-old Steve Spurrier, yes, the old ball coach, has some words for Dabo Swinney. And I'm going to share those in just a second. But even at 80 years old, he's still the old ball coach. And I even laughed at it. I mean, it's vintage Steve Spurrier. Welcome to the channel. If you love Clemson football, no matter what the record may be, the previous season and so on, I hope you will subscribe and pass this along to all your buddies who loves Clemson football and who can't wait to get to the spring game in the next 4 or 5 weeks and argue about this, that, and the other just because you love your Tigers. I hope you will subscribe. Again, it is free, and I really do appreciate it. I want to send a special shout out to all my members out there. I can't go through each and every one of them because, well, there's a lot of you who has actually joined the channel, but I really do appreciate you supporting the channel. I am independent, so it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Today, I searched Clemson football and just to see if something new has happened. This is a really weird time of the year. I saw multiple articles about Steve Spurrier having some words for Dabo. I said he had some words for him. So I want to say that he was being interviewed by the local NBC affiliate here in the Greenville area, WYFF. And I guess the whole allegations against Ole Miss came up. And 80-year-old Steve Spurrier said, quote, "I thought by now somebody would have told Dabo, there ain't no rules anymore." End quote. I can hear him say, I didn't even watch the interview. You want to hear my best Steve Spurrier impression? It's not good. I thought by now somebody would have told Dabo, there ain't no rules anymore. He went on to say, they're still on the books, I guess, where you can't do it after this date or that date. But I don't know if they're ever going to enforce any rules now or not. After that, Spurrier went on to say, basketball, they've got pros coming back to play in college there, referencing a player who was in the G League for the NBA, and he came back to college. Think about that. That's wild. Spurrier went on to say, I think Dabo has learned now he's got to start paying his players just like everybody else is. He has been. Or you'll get left behind. You can complain, but I don't know how good it's going to do. End quote. All right, look. I think, first of all, this is hilarious. Steve Spurrier, I remember when Steve Spurrier was leading Florida, and if you had Florida on your schedule, you had a problem. I mean, I've never seen so many points ran up on football teams by a football team than his Florida Gators. Of course, they won the national championship. I think that was 1996? Somewhere in there. Now, don't talk to Steve Spurrier about the 1995 Nebraska game, the national championship. I mean, they were supposed to blow Nebraska out. Nebraska beat them 62-24 with Tommy Frazier. If you know, you know. But Steve Spurrier is one of the best coaches to coach the game. We know what he did at South Carolina. He gave them their most successful seasons consecutively. And so when Steve Spurrier speaks, even for entertainment purposes, you have to listen. Now, let's talk about, I don't know Steve Spurrier. My dad's met Steve Spurrier, was around him for a solid amount of time. And I'll never forget, I was like, you're going to be around Steve Spurrier. He was like, yeah. And I mean, this was back in the Florida days, and I'm pretty sure it was the Florida days. And so we were like, how is he going to be? Because he can come off kind of snarky and so on. He said he was the nicest guy. It was like he's a very, very nice guy. So anyway, but with all of that said, if you read into what he's saying, just as is, I mean, I'm going to read back what Coach Spurrier said. Listen to what he says, but I mean, it's Steve Spurrier talking. They're still on the books, I guess, where you can't do it after this date or that date, but I don't know if they're ever going to enforce any rules now or not. I mean, basketball, they've got pros coming back to play in college there. If you hear him talking, he's not taking a shot at Coach Swinney, but he is looking at him saying, look, they got rules. They ain't enforcing them, man. They're not. We got a guy in college basketball right now that was playing in the G League. And he's now playing at Alabama. By the way, if you don't follow college basketball, I understand some of you, the only thing you care about is Clemson football. And hey, I get that. That's totally fine. I actually watch college basketball. I enjoy watching college basketball. College football, I absolutely love it, right? With that said, I really enjoy watching college basketball. And I am telling you right now, the who's who's in college basketball right now, they are losing their mind about what went on at Alabama. What is going on right now at Alabama with a player who went to the G League and now he's back in college. They're not happy about this. So it's not a college football problem. This is a college sports problem. So if you know nothing about what I'm talking about, you're like careless about college basketball, you need to know that it affects college sports as a whole. Here's the other thing you hear from, or what you're hearing from Steve Spurrier. Excuse me. This is what you're hearing from him in these comments. Hey, listen, dude, I know it's a rule. They're not enforcing it. They're not. Okay. I'm just telling you, they're not. Now, let's go to Coach Swinney's side. Coach Swinney is sitting here with this looking at this entire deal that's going on in college football. And he's like, guys, this is obvious what Ole Miss did. We've got it documented. This goes beyond, y'all can pay him more. This is the thing. He was already enrolled in class. He was sitting in classes at Clemson University. And y'all did this. We have it in black and white. We can prove it. They can hide phones all they want to. All you have to do is subpoena the text messages from the carrier. You have them. So good luck on destroying a phone. Good luck on hiding a phone. Good luck on all of that. You can erase all you want to. The carrier has it. But we have them. And Coach Swinney, basically, from what I am seeing here, Coach Swinney is just trying to, hey, listen, if we do have these rules on the book, you need to honor them. Now, Coach Swinney didn't say this. I know he gave a solution, and I agreed with everything that he proposed. I think college football would be better for it. But with that said, on the other side of his argument, just take away the rule. Take it away. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on why they don't take the rule away. They have the rule there just in case someone they don't like breaks the rule, and then they can go ham on them and say, well, you know what? You broke a rule, and it's like everybody else did. Well, you did it, and we don't like you, so you're going to pay. you've probably encountered stuff like that in your entire life. You've probably encountered it at work, in your family, what have you. It's a double standard. You're the great rule breaker. But at the end of the day, that's the thing that Dabo was really pointing out. You have these rules. So what you going to do about it? All right. Now, let's take a look at what Steve Spurrier said, that last comment. I think Dabo has learned now he's got to start paying his players just like everybody else is, or you'll get left behind. You can complain, but I don't know how good it's going to do. All right. That's verbatim what Spurrier said. All right. This is just me recalling history. Remember when Dabo said if they start paying players, I'm going to quit coaching and go do something else. All right. Now, he did say that. They are paying players. He's still coaching. All right. You and I and Coach Swinney and anyone else, we may not enjoy that players are being paid so much, and then they go out and they give up on their football team. We've seen that over and over and over. And I mean, there's no incentive to play to a point. And if you have a coaching staff who's going to continue to put you out on the field just because they're paying you a lot of money, then you really have no incentive to play. If you want to go to the NFL, maybe that drives you. But I mean, I'm going to stop there. But here's the deal. Dabo has had to adjust, along with college football, that he did not want to pay players. Now they're being paid a lot of money. There's players on that football team that's being paid more than his coaches. And so he had to break there. On Coach Swinney's side, you're trying to do things the right way. You're trying to do things the right way. You're trying to bring in players the right way. You're trying to abide by the rules that are on the books. And I'm telling you, they will be used against someone that they don't like. Mark my word. That's the reason those rules have stayed on the books, even though they're not being enforced. But I think he is saying to Coach Swinney, hey, dude, you've had to break on a lot of things that you didn't want to break on. And this is probably going to be one of them. On Coach Swinney's side, again, I agree with a lot of things that he said. But here's the thing that I hope that they'll do. Just if you're not going to enforce the rule, get rid of the rule and take it out. Take it completely off the books. So if Clemson wanted to reach out to a player who was already enrolled somewhere and said, hey, we'd like you to come play at Clemson, it's not against the rules. Here's another thought about having the rules on the books. It's some form of, we're organized here. You know, we have control. You know, we have our sanctions. We have our rules. We've got, we have good oversight here. They're not overseeing anything. Okay? For one reason or the other. So, if you're not going to enforce the rule, take it off the book. Then at that time, Coach Swinney will have to look and say, well, hold on. Now we can go after players if they're at school. Now, let's pause there. If the coach and the rest of the staff is like, I just don't know how I feel about that. At that moment, you're handicapping yourself, right? You're as long as you're not doing anything unethical, you're not doing something wrong. I mean, the rule was changed so you can reach out to those players. You can reach out to those players. So if you enforce any like, well, this is not the way we want to do it, then that's you deciding that. And that would be up to you and your staff. But I just say take the rule off them. If you're not going to enforce it, take it off the books, because I'm telling you, if it's on the books, they will use it. The NCAA will use it to punish someone they don't like. That's just how it works. But very interesting words from the 80-year-old old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. And I understand exactly what he's saying. So we will see. Again, I think nothing's going to come of this Ole Miss tampering deal. I think that Ole Miss they are well connected in the SEC, especially after becoming pretty solid over the past few years, making it to the college football playoff. I don't know how long that's going to last, because their success, whether they like it or not, the one who brought them success is in Baton Rouge, and we'll find that out, I think, within the next 3 or 4 years. Once you get through some of these players who's bought into Ole Miss being a good football team because of Lane Kiffin, and we'll see where they're at in 3 or 4 years. I'm not taking pot shots at Pete Golding, but I'm telling you, I don't foresee him being the head coach there within the next 5 years. Not because he's fired for disciplinary reasons, but because I think that the football team is going to fall apart, and they're going to find out real quick. Lane Kiffin and his visor was the key to success. And I mean, that's just what I see. But I think that Ole Miss is well connected, and I don't see anything happening to them whatsoever. And at that point, just go to the NCAA and say, take the rule off the book. Well, no, we're not, because just in case there's tampering. We just documented one of the worst tampering cases we've ever publicly seen. And you did nothing. Remove the rule from the books. Just call it. I'm going to get into the comment section and say hello to a few people in here. Why is the NCAA done? I mean, maybe Spurrier's right about this. Good to see you, Dell 30. Hey, from Maryland, thanks for keeping me up on the doings back home. To Spurrier, I say, okay, Boomer, but I'm afraid he's right. Good to see you in here. He is right. The court has to say they are binding rules or it's open season. I agree with you. Mitchell Hip. Hello, Brian. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Let me see. Could this be what makes Swinney give up on college football? Maybe. Go Deeps. Good to see you, my man. Chad Morris is different this time. Well, I hope he is. I hope he comes. Hey, the first time around he was fantastic, but I think I get what you're saying. With all that said, we need some top-notch scheming in Clemson, South Carolina, because I think we're slim pickings. We have some really good receivers. We have some, a really good player here or there, but overall as a team, and then overall, I just think there's so much to fix. So anyway, all right. Well, listen, y'all take care of yourself. Let me know in the comment section exactly what you think about the old ball coaches. Comments. Let me know. Hey, will the NCAA do anything? I don't think they will, but let me know if you think they will and why. Should they just go ahead and just clear the books? Hey, you can go ahead and do whatever you want to. Oh, you want to go by and doo-doo in all the toilets at your opposing school? Go over there to, doo-doo in there and stop up their toilets and nothing happens to them. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Are we there? Just let me know. Real quick, John Thomas, good to see you, my man. Brian, the non-fake news man, love the show. Good to see you, pal. Stephen Dixon, I love Spurrier. Juke Productions, Will Saban back Dabo. I don't know. I really don't know, my man. If Golding's players really learn from him, then they'll be high school coaches instilling middle school players from other districts. That is absolutely